Starting off the day, not so great. So for some reason, like I hooked everything up, everything worked great. I went to drive forward, all the lights went out except that front one up there. No tail lights, none of that. I plugged the truck into the trailer and then all the lights start kind of like doing one of these, like it's dimming back and forth. I unplugged the trailer, everything works great on the truck. So I do think that this thing needs to just get rewired completely. And every one of these corner lights, Kaufman has a shitty design. You guys can see, this is their design of everything back here is kicked into this. So I don't think I'm ever gonna buy another Kaufman trailer. I know you guys have told me that like they're all kind of shitty and you know, you can only do what you can do. But I don't think I'm ever gonna buy another Kaufman. Just cheap Chinese bullshit. I was not expecting this. Like this light here. Look at that. It's not the lights. That's the thing. It's not the lights. It's the wiring that's on this trailer. Like the wiring is just so half-assed that I think I'm just gonna order a kit and just rewire the whole thing from top to bottom and do it better than what they did. So the trailer brake wiring is perfectly fine. So somebody said, oh, it was operator error. You have no idea what you're talking about. None of the wiring there is bad. A lot of people said to mess with this light back here, which I would agree with. I turned the truck off, pulled up here, and then all the lights turned on. So I have no idea. I wanted to be there by 8, and we're already fighting trailer lighting issues. And then these lights here, these are cheap from Amazon. I don't recommend these. Like you guys, I wonder if I can get this out. You could literally see inside there. So I need to get the clips out. It looks like the clip is just what fell off of those two. So not a big deal, but the trailer's being a pain in my ass. So none of the lights are bad. It's literally the wiring. So it seemed like it's all working now. Let's just start the truck and hopefully it works. All right, let's get you guys updated, up to speed from this morning. So obviously having a little bit of trailer issues. I have taken the liberty. I went and ordered 2 junction boxes, new 7-way wiring. I ordered 50 feet of 14 gauge 7 wires on the inside of a spool. And I've also ordered those little rubber grommet clamps that you can screw to the frame. I ordered a bunch in 1/2 inch and a bunch in 1/4 inch. So I'm going to be rewiring this trailer from top to bottom, including redoing the brake wiring, because I said before the brake wiring was just temporary. And we're also, I'll go over why I keep accelerating and decelerating here in a second as well. But I am gonna be redoing all of that as well. So everything's gonna be brand new. Sick of trailer issues, but this is, I guess, normal for a 2-year-old trailer, unfortunately. So now on to the next topic. You guys know that I've been, dealing with fuel. This issue only came up ever since I put the fuel filters on. So this morning I got about halfway here. It was like a 3-hour and 45-minute drive. I'm about 25 minutes away now, and we're back to the same issue we had before. White smoke, 0 fuel pressure, shoots up, goes back to 0, vice versa. Okay, so I filled the tank with whatever was back in there, and I'm thinking at this point, like I've run this lift pump probably a good 80, 90,000 miles now. I think it is tired. There's no way these fuel filters are clogging this fast. I replaced them, it works for about a week, and then go on so forth. I know someone did mention that these lift pumps weren't made to have the fuel filters before them, and I haven't run any waste oil, which waste oil has nothing to do with this. It's an old lift pump. Everybody has complained about issues with these lift pumps, but like I've been running straight diesel, nothing else, good cleaner in it, and it just, I honestly think that the lift pump's weak. It's not a big deal. They're about 150 bucks, so I'm gonna get one of them as well and then replace the filters once again. So we'll see what comes about it, but it is what it is. It's not a big deal. Like I said, we're about 25 minutes away from drop, and then we'll be picking up 2 trucks down south a little bit. So it'll be a fun day. Fuel filters, lift pump, and brand new trailer wiring. So also on top of that, I'm gonna work on getting the 2 lights on the side fixed. I pulled the one out this morning and it just looks like the plug fell down in it. And besides that, the other side's been working fine. And we also have an appointment today at the dealership because we have an airbag recall. So the passenger side airbag needs replaced. It's an open recall. Apparently it's been a thing. I didn't even know about it. It's been a thing for years in this thing. Fighting There we go. Now we'll accelerate. Doesn't matter if I'm going uphill, downhill. The uphills are brutal, but the downhills, at least I can coast a little bit. So we'll get this all figured out today. Not a big deal. So for anybody wondering about yesterday's video, I'm not half a billionaire anymore, but at least I'm still a multi-millionaire according to Coinbase. 406 million. Jeez. All right, so finally made it. Not too bad. So we did get dropped. I didn't film anything. So we're about 3 hours and 20 minutes from the storage lot. And we're gonna be picking up two, looks like Chevy Silverado 1500. So we're gonna go in, talk to them, and should be hopefully pretty simple. We need to stop at an AutoZone and get some filters because like it's not that bad when you're empty, but I guarantee you putting two 1500s on there, we're gonna be doing 15 miles an hour the whole way home. So hopefully there's an AutoZone on this exit. Usually isn't a big place like this, so we'll see. But yeah, we're at Chevy Bortz. Let's get picked up. All right, here we go. Two of these. Let's see, 5439 and 5886. 5886, so this one's ours. And 5439, 5439. So here they are, two right here, brand new. Make sure there's no damages or whatnot. Obviously they're brand new vehicles, so we'll get them moved over by the truck, get them over where we're at, go over them a little bit better. She is. I need to go through, grab all my pictures of it and whatnot before we load it. So we'll load this one 4 ways and the other one backwards, as always. And again, for the guys wondering why I load one backwards, it puts most of the weight behind the axle, which lifts up on the truck. So it takes weight off of the truck. Well, see if we can't get her perfectly centered. I think we'll be all right. Go put a chalk in front of the wheel just in case. Like your guys' suggestion, someone said don't put the chalk in front of the truck, put it in front of the trailer. That makes a lot of sense. So let's start doing that as well. Because you know, sometimes people have good ideas. All right, they're both up there. I'm gonna move this one back a little bit, but this one up far enough just to keep the ramps down. And see, we're pretty close, but get these mirrors in. And we'll back this one up like another foot or so. The backup cameras are nice for this because I backed this all the way up and I had like an inch between the two, but I'm like, I'm way too far. So pull that forward, we'll get her strapped, pull you backwards, they're good to go. Just for reference, everything's strapped down. We are fighting the cross beam on this one. I need to re-weld some of those. And then this one back here, we're fighting the area here. So besides that, we are good. Truck is pretty level. I think she's gonna be happy with that. I just need to go get a fuel filter, grab some pictures of the setup, and we'll get out of here. Fuel filter's the main thing, so I gotta find one of them. So the guy who suggested that Napa keeps these filters in stock, you guys are a lifesaver because there's one down the street. And I hate Napa generally, but they do have them. So I'm gonna go get 2 of them and we'll get them thrown on. All right, thank you to Napa for having these filters. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind and just start buying both. Finally got a trash bag, so I'm gonna get these swapped out pretty quick. And you guys can see, those are the Fram ones. They clogged up pretty quick, unless it's actually the lift pump. So I bled both filters, but I never primed it with the lift pump. I'm hoping that it starts okay and stays. I mean, it'll start obviously, but hopefully it stays running. So fuel filters are changed. Hopefully we have a good trip home because I don't really feel like dealing with any more bullshit. All right, so here's the bolts. Last time I put a starter in this was in California, so a very, very, very long time ago, okay? I recommend using Loctite on these. One bolt missing, and they always come loose on you. Make sure that you use Loctite, okay? I will be doing that from now on. Now, here's the dilemma. With, can't find it now. Oh, here it is. So with trying to start it, and then the starter was also loose, it ended up melting this guy here and blew this fuse. So I have a spare starter at the house, but that doesn't help me right now. So this is why you always, if you're gonna do something, you know, I knew it wasn't gonna start after, I mean, it starts after the fuel filters, but it wasn't gonna stay running. I knew I had to keep priming it. I didn't realize that the starter was loose, and yeah, now I need a new one. Luckily, I'm at Napa and I can just replace it. So we're not broken down because obviously we're at an auto parts store, so we're just replacing shit. So I'm gonna go get a new starter. This thing's fucked anyway. It's a shame, I do have a brand new one sitting at home, but nothing I can do. Guess I'll go buy one. All right, went and got a new starter, 135 bucks. Not too bad. We'll get this thing thrown back on. When I get home, I will return it to Napa. So I'll get my money back and I'm not gonna worry about it. So figure we'll just replace it now. Throw, that's the old fuse. Put the new fuse in there. And hopefully we'll call it a day. So here's the piece that melted, and then here's the where it clips to. So we'll get this thing on, and hopefully no more issues. Get it fired up. This should hopefully be the last time that I have to go into Napa. You know, I talk shit about Napa so much, but these guys have saved my ass today. So I appreciate them in there. So I'm dirty, but it really isn't a terrible job to do. I got oil all over my face, but it is a dirty job if you have a truck like this. We'll see if she starts now. Hopefully. We're gonna have to crank it a while to get that fuel through. All right, so she cranks great. In order to get to this appointment on time tonight, we really gotta hustle. We're already, come on. Fuck you. Wasn't expecting it to be this much of a pain today. I'm gonna get this mess cleaned up. We're pretty much good at this point. So I'll get the fuel bled and we'll get her fired up. Oh, okay. So what I did, bled the two pumps down below, or two filters down below, unscrewed the one up top, and then primed on the pump until fuel was coming out of it. And this says we'll be there at 5 if I leave now. This starter is so hot. Brand new starter, and I've already cranked on it for like a good solid 5 minutes. So watch the truck roll backwards. Oh, let's get the hell out of here. She's rolling. Let's get out of here. Good fuel pressure. Hopefully that stays. Well, someone messed up. Oh man, just coasting her. Whew. I don't have any coolant on me, and I have no idea how I'm gonna fix this. But we're smoking. I have no idea what blew up. Loud as shit. No idea what blew, so I guess I'll start it up and we'll see where coolant's flying out of, because it legitimately went everywhere. Everywhere. Wonder if it's that nub again. Hopefully it's just, maybe I'll get lucky and it's just the coolant nub. But we are definitely not gonna make our appointment tonight. don't see anything. I don't know what just happened. Coolant went everywhere, and then I don't even see anything dripping. No idea. Well, I found out what the problem was. So here's my coolant cap. It was like this. I just touched it and I was like, oh. So apparently my coolant cap blew off. That would explain a lot as to why it's going this way. And soaked the top of the filter. It was sitting like this. So I gotta go find a way to get coolant. I know I need to start bringing coolant with me, but it is what it is. Watch this, we're gonna do a sneaky grab it. No, now we're rolling. Oh man, so that sucks. Let's get her. Oh, helps to plug it in, huh? There you go. Hopefully we can cool that temp down going down the hill, but I'm gonna have to go get me some coolant now. That sucks. Coolant cap came loose. Well, apparently that fixed it because there's no leaks now. There's no coolant blowing everywhere, and the coolant temp's coming back down. So cool, we'll go get a gallon or so from somewhere. Apparently I didn't lose enough coolant for it to really make a difference. I'm climbing the grades now, doing about, 30 something, almost 40, and it's sitting right in the middle. When it initially blew, it definitely, the pressure kind of spiked a little bit around like the 220 mark, but then I put the cap back on and it's been fine. So I mean, this is a pretty big grade. I'm just taking it easy. I could probably climb this grade at like 50, 60 mile an hour, no problem, but I don't want to risk it. So I'll just get home and we'll do it there. We're about 2.5 hours from home, so always be over prepared for every situation. I don't know why I don't carry the coolant on me. Apparently I don't need it, but I should probably start carrying coolant. All right, well, we are back. Oh, the same spiel I give you every time. All the straps should be back on there. Hopefully no wheel bearings lost, no tires lost. There was a bunch of cops in Maryland with commercial enforcement. Luckily, not my problem because they didn't get me. And make sure our ramps are still in play, our strap's still down there. People are probably gonna give me shit for running the ramps like that. Oh well, so you're good. All tires are good and whatnot, so we'll call it a night. I wish I could tell you that it was a relatively problem-free day, but today was not. Very rarely do I have a problem day, but my views go up when I have a ton of problems, so that's why I don't care. Whereas like if I just have a normal day and I go pick up cars, you guys don't watch as much. Whereas the last 2 videos I did were a 1 out of 10, which is absolutely awesome. That's like perfect. So that's good for me. Hopefully this video does a 1 out of 10 considering the shit show of a day that there was out there. But like I said, I got all the wiring ordered, so we'll probably put a junction box like up in here somewhere because we have our breakaway there. So we'll put a junction box up in here somewhere, and then we'll also put a junction box, I'd like to say probably like right around this area here on the inside. And then any wiring that I'm gonna run, like every piece of wire is gonna get run on the outside instead of the inside. And I'll have little grommets for each one of them. So every one of the wires, they'll be screwed into the frame with a little rubber grommet, which means that it'll look nice, it'll be clean. And then I gotta find a way to branch off to every one of these from the outside. That's gonna be a pain in the ass, but it is doable. So we're gonna solder everything. Everything's gonna get heat shrink because the only wiring I did on this trailer, like I was saying earlier, was the brakes. I never touched any of the other wiring at all whatsoever. And the brakes work. They work great. Now those are gonna get rebuilt or rewired correctly. Because as I told you guys, I'm like, I only am rewiring these right now to see if it works. Before I buy anything, I'm gonna rewire everything, you know, the way that I'm gonna do it, see if it works. It works great. Now we'll do it correctly. So everybody thinks you got to do stuff correctly the first time, and that's not the case, because then you end up spending more money not learning something new. So figure it out. Oops, wrong way. Figure it out the first time, make sure it's gonna work, and then spend the money on the stuff. I'd rather know that it works, then we'll spend the money, as opposed to spend the money and realize, oh hey, you ordered the wrong stuff and you didn't actually need to do that. So I've done that quite a few times. That's why I never do anything the way that somebody wants me to the first time. Well, that's pretty much it for the day. We have done everything we needed to do. I am pretty close to being out of fuel, actually. My overhead says 37. Like I said, wish I could say it was a pretty uneventful day, but you know what? Good content for you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Also, for anybody curious, Coinbase, no idea what's going on with them. At the end of the video, I figure I'll plug this in. Here's what Coinbase is saying. Oh, okay. Earlier it was at 260 million. Now I'm up to 572 million. Be pretty cool if I could figure out a way to get that out, but you know, not a big deal. It's only money, right? We're only worth $500 million. But on a serious note, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next video. Don't forget to go down below and buy something from my Amazon affiliate links. I got stuff in there that, you know, maybe you guys need. Appreciate you. See ya later.